Hello, 1 second. Hello, my name is Alec Johnson, and I'm presenting about Baker Skateboards. So, start with a company overview. The brand was founded in 2000 by famous skateboarder Andrew Reynolds. He's one of the best street skaters of all time, and it's known for its raw, authentic style, and it's kind of built a lot of the skateboarding that we know today. They're influential team riders, iconic video history from Baker 3 and Baker 4 and all these other really important videos. This also has deep culture roots in global skateboard community and strong loyalty based on that against long-standing credibility and community engagement. All right, next is the strategic challenge. All right, and some of the challenges that they're facing is high production costs from importing the Canadian maple needed to make skateboards. Also, they have need more sustainable materials for packaging. So a lot of that they could save money on. Also, there's a lot of growing pressure from the newer skate brands. A lot of emerging brands that younger skaters could get appealed to. Also, there's a lot of changing trends among the youth, driven by social media and digital content, the change to a fast moving fashion. And also, they must strengthen their marketing to stay relevant with this new generation because it's very important that they plant these seeds now so later that they can have a lot more people supporting the brand. All right, and just going to go over a few of these. So for strengths, some of their highest strengths are the strong brand loyalty, loyal fan base, influential team riders, high community engagement through videos, sponsorships, events, and then domestic sourcing for apparel. Some of the weaknesses would be the heavy reliance on Canadian maple, and also increasing tariffs that are, maybe more of a threat, but it's also limited use of sustainable materials, packaging, and vulnerability to the new shifts in the market with the newer generation. Some opportunities, some would include the rising demand for eco-friendly materials that could definitely help, as well as sustainable packaging. Potential for new collaborations with trendy or emerging skate brands are important to get some of these younger, people that are into skateboarding into their market. And also the growing influence of digital platforms is important. So the more consistent videos and its ability to expand domestic sourcing is will help reduce a lot of the tariffs and unstable costs. So some of the threats are increasing trade barriers, such as tariffs, like I said, high competition from the rising skate brands, dips in skateboarding popularity related to economic downturns, because the beginning of this year with political issues, and also the buyer power, because skateboarders can really pick and choose. There's a lot more brands out there. Right, next is my prioritization matrix. So I think for the most important, high impact, high feasibility, be the limited edition collaborations with big brands such as bands and Nike. I'm sure they have done, but I think it's very important for the future to consolidate all the fans from different bigger brands and also stronger yearly promotion plan with consistent skate videos, more consistent and more riders just to help elevate all of that. Another, low impact but high feasibility things that they could do is source their maple wood more domestically to reduce the tariff costs and to make a lot easier for their importing and supply chain. Also promote their core values through targeted marketing campaigns, mainly towards the newer generation. And some of the one of the low feasibility but high impact would be like fan submitted graphics for boards. I thought this is a cool idea that would really help get the community and it's high impact, but I mean it'd be hard for them to, feasibly work out the logistics to get that. And then the lowest would be like the sustainable packaging because it's just it's a lot of money to for something that might not really help out with the profitability. So for the strategic recommendations, I think that they should adopt sustainable materials in packaging. Well, more so the materials coming in from you know different places that would help, and they need to meet the rising consumer expectations for the sustainability and ethical sourcing. That would help a lot for the future whenever things start getting harder with materials, with the global warming and all that. Another one be to reduce the reliance on imported maples, like I was saying, so domestically sourcing to lower the costs, especially when more tariffs potentially could get put into action. Another would be to another important thing I think would be to expand their market to the younger skaters through a consistent content promotion plan that they could implement to help the brand, move on farther past where they are with like, the older generation of skaters so they can, get acclimated into the new market, which they have been, but just to fully get the support. And next will be to create the limited edition collabs. And I think that would help with that, marketing campaign. And they could build the hype, with like streetwear brands and different collaborations to drive sales. But that is everything. Thanks for your time. Just a funny picture I thought. Well, appreciate it.